Chapter 14, The Galactic Broadcast and Vane's Fury. With the Master Key Veritas fragment secured, the rogue star left the chaos of Coruscant Prime behind, carrying the undeniable truth that could shatter the Council's carefully constructed empire. Rex Vance, Alara Reese, and Ghost knew their next move was the most critical. Finding a broadcast array powerful enough to transmit the complete Veritas protocol across the entire galaxy. The Master Key is active, Alara announced, her voice filled with a mix of excitement and trepidation as the final fragment pulsed with raw energy, seamlessly integrating with the other retrieved pieces. A single, colossal holographic image flickered to life in the cockpit. The entire Libertonian homeworld, not just a blueprint, but a living, breathing historical record, complete with their pacifist defenses, the Council's brutal attack, and Admiral Theron Vane's direct orders for civilian targeting. The sheer volume of truth was overwhelming. "It's all here," Rex muttered, staring at the raw, unedited history. "The whole ugly truth. Now how do we show it to everyone?" "We need a hyper-broadcast array," Ghost's synthesized voice cut through the air. "Something capable of overriding standard Council communication protocols and transmitting across all known frequencies simultaneously. A planetary-scale array. There's only one place I know of with that kind of power," Alara said, tapping rapidly on her datapad. "The Beacon of Truth on the independent planet of Xylos Prime. It's an ancient communication hub, built by a pre-Council civilization. It was designed for galactic-wide informational broadcasts, supposedly for diplomacy, but it's been largely forgotten, used only by independent news syndicates for fringe entertainment." "Xylos Prime?" Rex scoffed. "Isn't that where we stole the Truth Seeker from? The Council's backyard?" "Not the core world, Captain," Alara corrected. "This Xylos Prime is a different one, in a completely uncharted sector. It's a small, desolate planet, mostly barren, but it houses this massive ancient structure. It's too remote for the Council to care about, but powerful enough for our needs." The decision was made. The rogue star set a course for Xylos Prime, a journey that would take several days, crossing vast stretches of unmonitored space. During this time, Alara worked tirelessly, integrating the Master Key with the rest of the Veritas fragments, compiling the entire historical record into a single, massive data packet, ready for broadcast. Ghost, meanwhile, prepared his countermeasures, anticipating any attempt by the Shadowkeepers to jam their transmission. "This is our final stand, isn't it?" Alara asked Rex one quiet cycle, watching the stars streak by. "If this works, everything changes. If it fails, we're dead." "If it fails, the galaxy remains chained to a lie," Rex replied, his gaze distant. "That's a fate worse than death, Alara. We're doing this, no matter what." Their journey was not without incident. They detected faint probing scans from long-range Council patrols, too far to pinpoint them, but a clear sign that Grand Admiral Theron Vane was already on high alert, searching for any sign of their movements. He knew they had the Master Key, and he would be desperate to stop them. They finally arrived at Xylos Prime. The planet was indeed desolate, a rocky, windswept world under a perpetually overcast sky. Rising from its barren surface like a skeletal giant was the Beacon of Truth, a colossal, intricate structure of shimmering ancient metal. Its massive parabolic dishes pointed towards the heavens. It hummed with a low, barely perceptible energy, a testament to its forgotten power. "Impressive," Ghost murmured, for once showing a hint of something akin to awe. "This array is capable of punching through any known jamming frequency. It will reach every comm unit, every data pad, every ship in the galaxy." The rogue star landed discreetly near the base of the beacon. The winds howled around them, carrying dust and the faint scent of ozone. The structure itself was eerily silent, devoid of any obvious security. "Too quiet," Rex grunted, drawing his plasma pistol. "Something's not right." As they approached the main access hatch, hidden beneath a layer of eroded rock, a familiar, chilling presence registered on Alara's scanner. "Captain, Shadowkeepers," Alara exclaimed, her voice tight with tension. "A large contingent, and Valerius, he's here too." Suddenly, from behind the massive ancient dishes of the beacon, a swarm of dark figures emerged. It was Commander Valerius, leading a full company of Shadowkeepers, their armor gleaming in the dim light, their energy weapons already charged. "Captain Vance," Valerius's synthesized voice boomed across the windswept plains, laced with a cold, fanatical certainty. "Grand Admiral Vane knew your trajectory. He knew you would seek to expose the truth. This beacon of truth will instead be your tomb. You won't stop us, Valerius, Rex roared. Leveling his pistol, the truth is coming. The truth is a lie, Valerius countered, launching himself forward, his energy blade humming to life. The other Shadow Keepers opened fire, their precise energy blasts tearing at the ground around Rex and Alara. Ghost, get the beacon online, Rex yelled, providing cover fire. Alara, you're with him, I'll hold them off. Alara and Ghost sprinted towards the main access hatch, Ghost already drawing his tools, his movements impossibly fast. Rex engaged the Shadow Keepers, firing his plasma pistol with deadly accuracy, forcing them to scatter. He knew he couldn't take on an entire company alone, but he could buy them time. Valerius, however, bypassed his own keepers and charged directly at Rex. Their blades clashed, sparks flying, the air filled with the clang of metal and the sizzle of energy. Valerius fought with a renewed, desperate intensity, fueled by his unwavering faith in Vane. You are a plague, Vance, Valerius snarled, pushing Rex back. You will destroy everything. The Admiral's vision for order is the only path. Order built on lies is tyranny, Valerius, Rex retorted, blocking a devastating blow that would have ended him. He saw an opening, a slight hesitation in Valerius's attack, and he exploited it. With a desperate shove, Rex sent Valerius stumbling backward, then fired a plasma bolt that clipped Valerius's shoulder, causing his armor to spark. Meanwhile, Alara and Ghost had reached the main control console of the beacon. It was a massive, archaic interface, humming with long dormant power. Ghost immediately went to work, his fingers a blur across the dusty controls, bypassing ancient security systems. The power conduits are active, Ghost's voice resonated in their comms. Alara, prepare the Veritas protocol for upload. I'm initiating primary frequency alignment. Just as Alara connected her datapad, feeding the vast Veritas protocol into the beacon, a new, more powerful energy signature appeared on their long-range scanners. It was a Council flagship, a massive cruiser, appearing out of hyperspace above Xylos Prime. Captain, Alara's voice was urgent, it's Grand Admiral Vane's personal flagship, the Iron Will, he's here. Valerius, hearing the news, let out a triumphant roar. The Admiral, he has come to witness your defeat, Vance. Surrender now, there is no escape. Rex cursed. Vane hadn't just sent keepers, he had brought his personal flagship to ensure their demise. This was truly the endgame. The Iron Will began to deploy its formidable long-range weapons, targeting the beacon of truth. Lasers lanced down from orbit, tearing craters into the planet's surface, slowly creeping closer to the ancient structure. They're trying to destroy the beacon, Alara cried. We need more time. Ghost, how long? Rex yelled. 10 seconds to full broadcast readiness, Ghost replied, his voice strained. 5 seconds to critical structural failure from orbital bombardment. Rex glanced from the approaching laser fire to the raging battle with Valerius. He had to create a diversion, a final, desperate play. He looked at the rogue star, parked some distance away. It was old, battered, but it was his, and it had one last trick. Alara, Ghost, keep going, Rex yelled into his comm. I'm drawing their fire, broadcast the truth. Before Valerius or the Keepers could react, Rex sprinted towards the rogue star. He leaped into the cockpit, slamming the hatch shut. The ship roared to life, its engines burning with desperate power. You fool, Vance, Valerius screamed, understanding Rex's intent. You'll be annihilated. Rex ignored him. He piloted the rogue star directly towards the incoming orbital bombardment, weaving and dodging, drawing the Iron Will's laser fire away from the beacon. He was a lone moth against a blazing sun, but he was buying them precious seconds. Lasers slammed into the rogue star's shields, causing the ship to shudder violently. Alarms blared, warning of critical shield failure. Rex grit his teeth, pushing the old ship to its absolute limits. 3 seconds, Ghost's voice crackled. 2-1, broadcast initiated. At that very moment, the rogue star's shields failed. A blinding flash of white enveloped the ship, as the Iron Will's main cannons unleashed a devastating volley, hitting the old freighter directly. Captain, Alara's scream tore through the comms. But it was too late. The rogue star erupted into a spectacular silent explosion, a brilliant fiery nova in the dark sky of Xylos Prime. Rex Vance, the independent space trucker, the reluctant hero, was gone. A stunned silence fell over the battlefield on Xylos Prime. Valerius and his Shadow Keepers stared, momentarily speechless, at the fiery debris raining down. Then, the galaxy truly awakened. From the towering dishes of the Beacon of Truth, A wave of pure, unadulterated information exploded outwards. It pierced every comm unit, every holographic display, every datapad, every ship's view screen across the known galaxy. The Veritas Protocol. Billions of sentient beings, from the highest council members on Coruscant Prime to the lowliest miners in the Outer Rim, suddenly witnessed it all. They saw the Libertonian homeworld, peaceful and vibrant. They saw the Council's unprovoked attack, their weapons designed for mass destruction. They saw Grand Admiral Theron Vane's cold, calculating orders, his signature clear as day, authorizing the destruction of civilian centers. They saw the subsequent falsification of records, the grand deception. Confusion turned to shock, shock to outrage, and outrage to a roaring, undeniable fury. The galaxy was consumed by the truth. On the Iron Will, Grand Admiral Theron Vane watched, his face contorted in disbelief and rage, as the Veritas Protocol flooded his command console. His carefully crafted empire of lies was crumbling before his eyes. "No, no," he roared, slamming his fist on the console. Jam it, cut the transmission, do anything. But it was useless. Ghost's programming and the ancient power of the Beacon of Truth were unstoppable. The truth, once unleashed, could not be contained. On the surface of Xylos Prime, Alara and Ghost stood by the humming beacon. Alara's eyes were filled with tears, hot and painful, but also with a fierce, burning resolve. Rex was gone, but his sacrifice had not been in vain. The truth was out. Valerius, still stunned by the rogue star's destruction, finally looked up, his eyes widening as he saw the truth. The Veritas Protocol, flashing on the small, holographic screens of his own Keeper's armor. He saw Vane's orders, the lies, the complete deception. His fanaticism fractured, replaced by a terrible, shattering realization. It can't be, Valerius whispered, his voice trembling. The Admiral, he lied to us all. The battle was over. Not with a bang, but with a whisper of truth that echoed across the stars. The Galactic Council, built on a foundation of lies, was now in turmoil. The fight for Veritas was won, but the true battle for galactic order, for justice, was just beginning.